So what ultimately led you going from the gun law firm to you stepping out and doing your own thing?
So, it was really, uh, I mean, frankly, it started with I did in February of 2021. My husband came to me. He said, "I think I want to do 75 hard," and I said, "What?" Like I didn't know what 75 hard was. Um, I didn't even take the chance to look it up. He was telling me what it was about. He's like, "You have to do these 5 tasks, one of which is not drinking." And I just could not fathom not drinking. Like, who doesn't, we go out on the weekends, who doesn't drink? And so I was like, that's great for you. I'm happy for you, but like, good luck. I mean, prior to that, we had like eaten healthy. We had worked out, not every day, but we were doing okay. But on the weekends, we would splurge big time. And so it like didn't feel like totally derail of our normal lifestyle, except the like, okay, so now I've got to go out to the bar with him and he's going to be the guy that's not drinking. And I understand, like, that sounds so ridiculous now, but at the time, that was my mindset. I was like, oh God. So I thought, no way, like, good luck. I'm not going to do it. Then I woke.
21 year how? You guys are what? In their early 20s?
Oh, no, like 2021, so it's 3 years ago.
5 years?
4 years ago, so 27.
26, yeah.
27, it's okay.
27. Yeah, so people are going, yeah, I was going out like 3 times a week, whatever. Maybe not three. That's makes me sound cooler than I am, but certainly every weekend. And so it got to the point where he like started, I guess he probably, yeah, started, it was February. And he woke up that morning to work out, and I was like, woke up with him. I was like, there's no way I'm going to watch you do this. Like, because at the time, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to get shredded, and I'm just going to stay the same. And, I was doing fine, but like, there's always room for improvement. And so I dove right into that. And
So you just decided, all right, you're doing it. I guess fuck it, I'll do it too. God damn it, Brian.
yeah, I know. And I had told all my friends like the weekend before, I was like, yeah, he's doing this. Like, there's no way I'd do it. And then I started it, and they were all like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it really was like a split decision. And I'm so glad that it happened because it has been such a process since February 2021. I mean, we both did the program, we completed it. At the time, I thought that I'd gotten like the most out of it that anyone should. But I'm embarrassed to say that we had and I know you know this because you were invited, a 75 hard like party afterwards. And I wish you would have told me like, this is not what you're supposed to do, but I had to figure it out.
I attended.
So what was
Well, it was just like we just haven't drank for 2.5 months. Everybody come over to our house and let's get fucked up, you know?
Like, how ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
But it like that's kind of the beauty of 75 hard too, is it like opens you up to realize like, and Zach and I were just talking about this before, but like drinking is so ingrained in our culture. It's everything we do together. And so like it really kind of wakes you up to that. And I figured that out then, but then I even way more so figured it out the second time I did it, which was last year. So I started January 1st, 2024, and I ended up failing on day 33 because
Picture?
because I overate on pistachios.
Oh, I forgot. Yes.
And so
You ate too many.
people just ream me for it. They're like, what? Pistachios are healthy.
But it's like it wasn't part of my diet, or it wasn't part of my macros or whatever.
Overate, and like nuts are good, and proportionally. But I knew, like, I actually remember, like, I work out at Club Fitness, so there's a side room with a mirror, and I was on the bike in the mirror, and I was like trying to convince myself that it's okay, it's just pistachios, like, don't be ridiculous. But I remember looking like, no,
You're lying to yourself.
yeah, you're lying, and like you're not doing it right then. And so it was day 33. I started over. I thought I had documented this journey more on social media because I wanted to expose it to people.
That's the part of it that I always did too. I always it was like an accountability thing for me. Like I was like, oh well, if I was like, people don't care that I'm posting like one of two workouts, two of two workouts, or whatever the thing was that I was posting that day. But I was like, people don't care, but I was like, that's my showing the world that like I'm doing it, and like if I don't post it, like then people are gonna think that I didn't do it or something. So I was like, that was like my way to hold myself accountable. And I think that I mean that's essentially what I used it for by putting it on social media. It wasn't like I was doing it to like, hey, I'm better than you, this is what I'm doing.
No.
But it was like, I'm doing this so that I'm throwing it out there so that people know that I'm doing it. One, to maybe inspire someone else to do it, and two, to like just hold myself accountable. And
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. I mean, whatever it takes for you to just get it done, like, yeah, whatever you need. But for me, it was more like I had preached how good the program was. And so I just wanted to like put it out there even more so. And I'm not someone that typically posts on social media. So like, it was uncomfortable, and like I didn't really do it that often, but I still was like, hey, I'm doing it again, and like people pay attention because like I want to teach you what this is really about. And so in hindsight, me saying that I failed with pistachios probably did the reverse effect, because people are even more repellent to like, I can't even have pistachios. What is this crazy program? I know that now. I did not know that then. But my point was that like I knew I wasn't going to be doing the program right if I continued. So I had to start over. That's the message I was trying to send.
yeah, I love it. I understood.
Well, the people that really are going to be interested in it are going to understand that. The ones that don't, like, okay, then you probably shouldn't be doing this anyway.
Yeah. And
It's not for everybody.
it's not. And I want so badly it to be, because I just think
It's been such a game changer for you. And me too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it makes you better. So
to do it. Yeah, you do. I'll do it with you.
I'm surprised. You worked at First Form, didn't you?
No.
Oh,
No. I've worked with a lot of people from First Form.
okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking. Okay. I just assume everyone that worked at First Form has done it.
Oh, I'm sure. I feel like that's like the standard.
I'm sure most of them have.
Yeah, or done. Yeah,
At least attempted it.
attempted it. Yeah.
But so it ended up being like, it was 108 days. And that one was especially tough because St. Patty's Day is my favorite holiday. Just happens to be my husband's birthday as well, which makes it even more fun. But I'm a Finnegan at heart, so like I grew up with that. And I also had to be sober for that, which was like unthinkable for me. And then I had to be sober for a wedding in Austin, Texas. So one of my college friends got married. And so I was on track to finish 75 hard before that. But when I failed, that was like, so it was starting over. But what worried me more was those two events. But I was like,
Yeah.
okay, here we go.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, this is big challenges. So I ended up doing it. St. Patty's Day, I was like, I had a cup of coffee. I was chiefing like the whole time for a cup of coffee. And you know, the Austin experience was interesting, but I came out of that like really proud of myself.
Yeah, for sure. When you go out and you see everybody else, you know, drinking and having a good time, and it's like you can still have fun, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like once you realize that you don't have to drink to like enjoy and hang out with everybody, then you know it still has fun. You can still have fun,
Yeah, and
and you wake up the next morning feeling great. So.
Yeah, I don't know why I have such reservations about doing it. I mean, I've gone a whole year without drinking before when I was playing baseball. But I don't know. I don't know why I haven't done it yet.
Me and Gina have always, every time I've done it, we pick a time of year where it's a little bit warmer.
Right. That
makes it a little easier. You get that outdoor workout.
yeah,
I think that's the key, because like my wife, I've got so much shit going on in my life. I think the hardest part for me is going to be getting the 2 workouts in a day, and with one having to be outside, right? And so, you know, with kids, single dad life, work, me coaching a baseball team, hockey or jujitsu, all of the shit. It's like, does jujitsu count as one work?
Oh yeah,
Does it
for sure?
Does hockey?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah. It's just got to be a 45-minute workout. So yeah.
as long as
I would imagine your hockey game's at least 45 minutes. So yeah, I would say so. I would count it. I would count that. But now I wouldn't count like a round of golf.
No.
Unless you walk it. I would say.
well, yeah,
Like,
you have to.
if you have to walk. I would say if you walked it, I would say, because I know that's a question a lot of people have. Like,
Yeah.
does a round of golf count, or does what was another one that I've heard? That's always the big one. Like,
Yeah.
can I go golf and that counts as a workout? And I'm like, I feel like if you're just driving the cart, I feel like you're not really more. But if you walk that whole course, then yeah, it's gonna take you a lot longer.
Golfing, you're probably drinking.
A lot of times, yeah,
Usually.
Most.
yeah.
Which was another hard thing.
That's the only way I can play golf.
Yeah.
Play better. I better suck it.
Yeah. I'm not very good at golf, but I just like to go and hang out and drink with everybody and, just drive the cart around.
There you go.
That's all I like.
Smoke the cigars.
Yeah, smoke cigar, hang out. Like, yeah. Anyway, so, did 75 hard and that was, so 75 hard kind of really, we were saying how that kind of catapulted you into.
Yeah. I mean, it began that personal and professional growth. Building that discipline, that grit, that resilience, and just like mastering your mind. I thought it was about the physical, but it's all about the mental. And that's with starting my business. I had been building up, like in the background, I was doing the visualization. I was reading the 10 pages. I even challenged myself this past time around to do a cold plunge every day, which rocked my shit. Like I am cold all the time. And it was in the winter. So for me to like have to get in a cold shower after I just come outside and I'm sweaty from the gym, like it was not my favorite, but I knew like it's not about the cold plunge or the shower. It's about like what's happening in my head. And so I just had to I keep trusting that. And I had been looking for clarity in terms of like, what's my next move professionally? And I was doing visualization. I had interviewed at like Anheuser-Busch, where at the time my husband was there. And I thought, oh my God, we could work together. That would be so cool. That didn't pan out. And I had a couple interviews and I didn't get a fourth interview or third or whatever it was. And it was like, at the time it was disappointing, but it was like, okay, closed door. Where's the next open door? So this had all been building and I'd been looking for clarity. And then it was just like one day at work, I like had a meeting and I was kind of frustrated by the meeting and it just all clicked. And I thought, I got to do something here. So my choices were stay there and kind of build up that business, go to a different firm, or go out on my own. And I will say that going out on my own was like the last choice that I was going to make. I never seen it coming and I never thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't have that confidence in myself, I guess.
It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, who do I think I am? I can go out and I've been practicing for 5 years, but it's like, just more and more I had gained that confidence and I had interviewed at other places and I got one offer. And it was like the dream job. It was what I would want to do if I could go back to law school or my law school self. I'm way different now, but that would be my pick job. And it was something completely different. It was medical malpractice.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, oh my God, like I could do that, which is what I always thought I wanted to do. And I turned it down. And so I was like, oh my God, I am ready for this, and it helps. And I can't like underestimate or whatever. I got to give credit to everyone around me because my husband is like the most supportive spouse I could ever ask for. And my family and friends have been nothing but supportive. And I have been shocked by that actually, because I assumed, I'm a fan of Andy and it's like, everybody's going to make fun of you and hate you and like bring you down. And I don't know, maybe people are doing that behind my back, but to my face, like people have been very supportive. So they were supportive when I was like kind of making that decision. And it was really just like a couple weeks of that initial thought that I need to do something. And I said, this is my last day, or
put in your notice or whatever.
Yeah. And I went to Europe in like the beginning of October. And so that just it just worked out that was going to be my last day. It was right before I left. So what had it been this long thought out process? Not really. Like it just kind of, the opportunity presented itself. And it's like, I've come to a point now where I'm just more in tune with those presentations of opportunity. And so it's like I can recognize it and I can either not turn away or pretend I don't see it, but I chose to go with it, go with my gut. And again, it's like the support of people reassuring me. And there's been a lot of reassurance along the way, just like, I don't know, God, I believe in God, yes, and the universe. It's just like all these things are happening that it's like keeping me in the game whenever I doubt myself. And so, yeah, it's been, I mean, that was just in September, October. So it's been like incredible ever since, just figuring out like the different hats of owning a business, right? I mean, you guys know this. It's, the legal work is such a small portion now. I do like, I have to do the admin work. I'm working on like starting to advertise myself on social media. Like that's all just a piece of it that I never had to do before. And, that's like the beauty of it though, because I can make it whatever.
Make it what you want. You totally make it, it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Yeah. In every positive and negative way, yes, you reap all the benefits, but then when all the problems happen, it's all on you and you don't really have anybody else to rely on. And that's just the part of owning a business. But I mean, I think the pros outweigh the cons personally.
Totally.
Man, you can either go the Lincoln Lawyer route or Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Exactly.